Today we're going to make a little booklet that shows the steps that Johnny Appleseed went through when he planted some apples. So you have to eat the apple, save the core, plant the seeds, and grow some more. And you're going to practice reading this too. So here's what you need. You need that blue long strip of paper that's folded up into 4 parts and the apple poem sheet that was in the October pickup folder. It would have been in the folder with your calendar. You'll need some red, green, and brown paper. You don't need brand new sheets. If you have a scrap box of paper, we're just using little bits. I put mine into the scrap box when I was done because I don't want to waste paper. You'll need scissors and a glue stick. And the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to cut out the little parts of the poem. There's 4 parts on that white paper. Use your best cutting. You don't have to cut on the line, but if cutting on the line helps, you can do that. So you need all 4 parts cut out. Then you're going to glue the first part of the poem onto the first section of the blue paper. And that is Eat an Apple. It's the one that starts with the capital E. You're going to glue that down at the bottom of the first part of your paper. Next, you're going to need to make the apple. I made the apple by cutting out a circle from the red paper. And then I cut out a long skinny triangle from the brown paper. I glued the red circle down into the middle of the paper, and then I slipped the triangle under the top to make the stem. And then I wanted it to look like someone had taken a bite out of the apple because it says eat an apple underneath. So I tore off a little bit of my circle to make it look like someone had taken a bite. You can do that if you want, or you can just leave your apple whole. And you can pause this video so that you can do the steps in between, all right? So you don't have to go fast. Pause the video, do the steps, and then play the video again. Next, you have to add the second line to the poem. The second line to the poem is Save the Core. It's the one that starts with the letter S. Glue that line of the poem to the bottom of the second section of your blue paper. Now you need to make the core. I cut out a rectangle from the leftover paper from the poem sheet, and then I cut out an oval from the red paper, and I cut that oval in half to make 2 separate parts. Once you've got all those pieces cut out, you're going to glue them together. You can see in this picture how I glued the rectangle the vertical way in the middle of the second section, and then I put 1/2 of my oval on top and the other half on the bottom to make it look like an apple core. The next step is to glue in the third line of the poem. That line says plant the seeds, and it starts with a capital P. Glue that down, and then you're going to need to take a little bit of brown paper and cut out some little bits. My little bits seem to mostly be triangles. I think apple seeds kind of look like triangles or teardrops. You don't have to be very precise, but you want to have a bunch of apple seeds to glue on there. So however many you want to put on there, I did 7, but you glue down however many you'd like. On the 4th section, you're going to glue down the last line of your poem. You should just have one left, and it should say, and grow some more. And it starts with the capital letter A. And then what you need to do is you're going to need to cut out a brown rectangle, a bumpy green circle for the leaves, and then I cut out a bunch of squares for apples. And you're probably thinking, squares for apples? That's crazy. Apples aren't square. But for me, it's easy to make circles from squares. If I have the squares, then all I have to do is cut off the corners and trim them a little to make them round apples. And here are my round apples on my tree. I glued everything down, and now I'm all done. And here's my final book. Eat an apple, save the core, plant the seeds, and grow some more. I want you to practice reading that. Eat an apple, save the core, plant the seeds, and grow some more. See if you can read that to somebody else at your house. When you're all done, take a picture of your work and upload it to Seesaw. I can't wait to see your booklets. And remember, all of our booklets don't need to look the same. If you have an idea for something that you want to add to yours or change it a little, go for it. I love seeing creative ideas.